What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a new video. And today, we're gonna discuss some things about the Green Bay Packers. First, we're gonna discuss and break down everything that's been going on with Aaron Rodgers, and then we're gonna talk about their draft, which I love very much. But before we get into the content, if you would like to leave a like on the video, smash that like button or smash the subscribe button, and then comment down below what would you like to see in future videos. And let's get into it. Okay, so obviously, as the whole media blew up after this, it was reported that Rodgers told someone within the organization of the Packers that he didn't want to return, and then everyone went crazy and kind of blew up draft day night one. And my first initial reactions were, oh, you gotta be kidding me. You have gotta be kidding me. But then I started to think a little bit. And at first, I was like, no, we're screwed. And then I'm like, I kind of don't blame him. Because if you go all the way back, I don't even know how long ago. If you go back to like 2017, I believe that was the year that we started to fall off, and we had like 2 bad years. And we just didn't really have a good defense. And also, we used 8 of our last 9 picks on defense in the first round. And then, of course, that only offensive player was Jordan Love, a quarterback, who was eventually going to be his replacement. And I kind of get it. Like, you're an MVP, and then you literally have this 20-year-old that's just sitting, waiting to take your spot. And I don't know. I mean, then there's a report that he said that he wished the news didn't get out. And then I don't know what to believe anymore. What was your first reactions?
I'm like, oh, alright. If he wants out, I guess he wants out.
But the problem here's what the problem comes with wanting to get traded. He's making $37 million a year. Now this isn't basketball or baseball where if you trade a contract, you don't have to pay or take a cap hit. If you just trade a guy, you don't have to pay him anymore, and the team that you just traded him to has to. If Rodgers gets traded, the Packers, they gotta pay a significant cap hit. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know it's probably close to $30 million in cap hit.
38 million.
That's a lot of money. I don't.
You'd be more in dead cap than you would be paying him.
Yeah. That's why I don't think this is gonna happen.
I think at least until June 1st. I think after then, I don't know what happens.
Oh yeah, I read after June 1st it goes down, but I don't know. We're already in a bad cap situation anyways. We didn't really bring in anyone new. We didn't bring in anyone new in free agency at all. All we did was re-sign Aaron Jones and a couple other dudes, and then we moved on to the draft.
Yeah, and then we used the rest of our salary for like Kenny Clark and stuff. Resign our own guys, basically.
So, yeah, this whole thing is just a mess, and I wish it wasn't a thing. Now, there was another report saying that he would retire if he wasn't or if he was not traded. And then there's another report saying that he wants Goot. I'm trying not to pronounce his last name. He wants Goot, our GM, gone. And it's just a mess. It's a mess. Matt LaFleur came out saying, I hope he's our quarterback next year. The GM came out saying that we're not trading him. He's the future. He's going to be here for the next 4 years plus. It's a mess. It's honestly probably the biggest mess you can have. But yeah, it's a strange situation, but whatever. Anyways, let's talk a little more positive here. So, the NFL Draft 2021, I honestly was expecting us to not do anything. With what we did last year, drafting Jordan Love in the first round, I was expecting to draft his backup in the first round, or draft a kicker for Christ's sake. But of course, in reality, we actually did pretty good. In the first round, we drafted Eric Stokes, a corner, and he looks pretty good on tape, and he's also a really fast guy. He can cover. He's really quick, and he's an athlete. He's built like an athlete, and that's what we need. And he has also got no injury history from previous years. So, what was your reaction to the first pick?
Great. That's all I can say. We needed to make a move like that.
I agree. I'm trying to pull up. He'll be wearing number 21, by the way. But yeah, I think we definitely had a good draft in the second round of the 2021 NFL Draft. The Green Bay Packers selected Josh Myers, a center slash guard from Ohio State. This pick I liked. Now I heard a lot of people bitching and complaining, saying, "Oh, why are we go drafting this guy? He's a day 3 guy." Well, you don't know that. And secondly, we need offensive line help. Corey Linsley, who signed with the Chargers, was drafted from Ohio State when we picked him. Myers can play center and guard, which we need guys like that can play multiple positions on the offensive line.
Yeah.
That's why I like the pick. I think Myers will bring some flexibility. He'll probably compete with Lucas Patrick for center, maybe, or guard. But there's not like I heard 15 offensive linemen now under contract, so it'll bring great competition in camp. He's obviously gonna make the roster. We're not drafting a guy in the second round and then cutting him after training camp. I don't care how bad of a camp he has. But anyways, then in the third round, we actually made a move, trading our previous third round pick and another fourth round pick, and moving up to the 85th overall pick for Amari Rodgers out of Clemson, a wide receiver. I love this pick. He has so much potential. He has tremendous amounts of potential, and I'm really glad that we got him. And I wanted to draft a receiver this year, and here's why. Basically, all of our receivers on this roster right now, except for Amari Rodgers right now, obviously, are going to be free agents next year.
Yep.
Unless we give it, well, obviously we're going to give Devontae Adams an extension.
At least we better.
Yeah. So there's that. It just gives us depth and it gives us a little bit of flexibility to what we do next draft. Because if Rodgers actually pans out, that we could probably let like MVS maybe walk or give him a contract extension, or St. Brown can walk. Other guys, I don't know. Lazard, I want him to stay. I think Lazard has some potential.
He's a perfect number 3, I think, for a wide receiver. We just needed that number 2, and I think Amari Rodgers can do that. So we're not asking him to be the number 1. That's obviously going to be Devontae Adams. We just need him to be a number 2, which he can, I think, most certainly be that.
If you look at the tape, he actually looks really good in Clemson. He looked really good in Clemson. But yeah,
that pick too. I think he's gonna be really good.
In the fourth,
second wide receiver.
with the 142nd pick in the fourth round of the NFL draft, we selected Royce Newman, a tackle slash guard from Mississippi. And I want to pull up a statistic that is really intriguing. So you know how I've talked about our need at offensive line. Well, new Packers offensive lineman Royce Newman only allowed 3 sacks and 26 total pressures in 916 pass blocking snaps over 4 years at Ole Miss at multiple positions. That's a 97.8% pass blocking efficiency. And then you look at Myers, who has a 97.7% pass blocking efficiency. And then you also have Elton Jenkins at 98.5. Yeah. And then our 6th round pick, which we'll get into later, 97.8% pass blocking efficiency. That's really good on the offensive line.
Looks very promising.
That, if he does that in the NFL, that's a steal.
And then we won't miss Corey Linsley at all.
Now, obviously, we got to let them develop. Royce Newman isn't going to be a star right away, or I don't know if he'll be a superstar, but he'll be like an average, above average lineman if he does good. Yeah. So then moving on to another kind of need was getting some help along the defensive line and putting a guy next to Kenny Clark. And TJ Slayton, a defensive lineman out of Florida with our 5th round pick, 173 overall. I don't know much about this guy. I actually don't know much about this guy, but I hope he's better than Montravius Adams. That's for sure. Adams was like a 3rd round pick a couple years ago, and we thought he would become something. And he's basically been a career bench warmer. Like, I feel like he only does like 2 snaps a game. It feels like, and that's not what you want with a 3rd round pick. So we'll see if Slayton turns out to be anything, but I don't really know much about this pick. But it gives us good depth. If he does develop, that'll be a huge steal again in the 5th round, and put a guy next to Kenny Clark who can actually rush the passer. And also hopefully help with the run defense. But anyways, now to the next pick that I love. I love this pick. 178 overall, 5th round, Shamir Jean Charles, defensive back, Appalachian State. Now, I heard this dude was legit like a runner-up to be the best, or was runner-up for like a trophy of being the best D-back in the nation. And also, he's fast. He's another fast guy, and he'll give us depth at corner. And will compete with Kevin King. I think he has potential to be a really good corner for us. And that is probably why Kevin King next offseason better not be re-signed.
I wanted him kind of gone after it this past season, but we brought him back anyway. Probably more for depth this year, but we'll see.
That's why I don't hate the re-signing of King as much now, because it is depth and it is only a 1-year deal. Now, let's say we gave him like a 4-year deal with a lot of money, I would have been severely pissed. But it's only a 1-year deal. I know people were freaking out about it last year, or in the off season.
I was pissed, but then after looking, I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. So it was like $7 or $8 million or something at first. I think it's like really not much, like only $1 million or $2 we're paying or something.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It's not that bad though.
But moving on. So then we go out in the 6th round and we select 214 overall Cole Van Layton or Lannon, tackle slash guard out of Wisconsin. Now he's a 6th round pick, but the Badgers every year have like the best offensive line in college football, and they've produced a lot of great elite offensive linemen in the NFL. Like Ryan Ramczyk and the Saints, he got a big extension. He's been one of the best blindside tackles in the league. And they've had plenty of others. I just can't name them off the top of my head, but there's been plenty others. I can guarantee you that. You can look it up. So if Cole can be one of those guys that can just come in and, he's probably going to be competition in camp, obviously. He's not guaranteed a roster spot. If he was drafted maybe in the 2nd round, then yeah, but no. I think with the stat that I mentioned earlier about the pass blocking efficiency at 97.8%, that's really good, and he can also play multiple positions. He could play tackle, he could play guard. So we're basically getting a bunch of guys on the O-line that could play multiple positions, and that's guys that you need. So yeah, I like that pick. And then I hope this guy does good because I want a jersey with McDuffie in the back. Isaiah McDuffie, a linebacker out of Boston College with the 220th overall pick in the 6th round. I don't know much about him. But I really hope he's good because I want a McDuffie jersey. But if he's bad, I'm not getting that. But yeah, it's again, we needed linebacker. We need inside linebacker. Could also use some out linebacking depth. So it gets a guy that is depth in the linebacking core. So he'll probably get some. He actually might get significant playing time if he makes the roster. Which, if we do, I don't remember if we signed any undrafted free agents. I know you mentioned that one dude, but I forgot his name already.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm sure we signed some guys, or will be.
Yeah. But then with our final pick, 256 overall in the 7th round, we selected Kylan Hill, a running back out of Mississippi State. Again, just another depth pick. He'll probably be like, if he makes the roster, of course, he'll probably be our 4th back because I believe we still have Dexter Williams under contract, if I'm not wrong. I don't remember. But then if he's not, then he'll obviously be like our 3rd back. But yeah, I mean, I've seen some people hyping him up, so hopefully he's good. Now, obviously, if he is decent, he won't get in play. He won't be like, he's obviously not going to be the number 1 or 2 back. That's AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones. So he's definitely going to have to work his tail off to get reps, to get playing time. But who knows? It could work out. Overall, if I wanted to draft this, or if I wanted to grade this, I would probably give it a B plus. I wouldn't mind a B plus. Or maybe an A minus, because definitely you get depth at corner, big time need. You get depth at the offensive line, again another big time need, because we don't even know if Bakhtiari will be ready by week 1. You gotta remember that. He tore his ACL like week 15 or something. 16, 17, I don't remember. You get a receiver that hopefully could be your number 2. It looks really good. He can be the number 2 if he really actually progresses. Get some D-line depth, to get linebacking depth, get another running back. That's not always that bad. So overall, I think it's a good draft. I think it's a really good draft, and I've heard a lot of good things about some of these picks, especially a couple late round ones. But I think that'll be it for me. Do you got anything else to say?
My grade would probably be an A minus as well. Looks really promising. I'm very excited to see how these guys can do this upcoming season.
Yeah, people probably. I saw memes where we drafted Amari Rodgers, and then I saw someone say, "Why didn't we draft defense?" Because people love to complain. I saw their first pick, Eric Stokes. They're like, "Why not a receiver? God damn it!"
Yeah, I see everyone complain about that. It's like, shut up. We needed a corner.
And
We
Stokes,
can still
yeah,
go receiver, which we did.
yeah, Stokes looks really good. Eric Stokes looks pretty good, and obviously he was taken with a first round pick for a reason. But that's gonna be it for me. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe for more content. We'll see you next time. Peace.